We have been talking so far about the things that we can do in class in order to help our students to fill that gap when their proficiency in the language that we are using to teach is not the best one. But it is not our responsibility when we are teaching content to help them or to teach them those linguistic features that are missing in their learning. In this case, the suggestion, according to some authors, is to let the students know what kind of mistakes they are committing. It is important to emphasize that the class is not about grammar, it is not about punctuation, it is not about pronunciation, it is about the content. Yet, they need to learn and they need to improve their proficiency, but also to develop in the area they are studying. So, what is the best thing to do here? The best suggestion or the most appropriate one is to ask students to study by themselves. What I mean here is ask them to check on the internet, which is the easiest source. We can have other, but the first one will be use the internet. What to do with the internet? Ask them to read more, to read in their in the lingua franca. Okay, what they can read is stories, they can read books, they can read novels, they can read whatever they like. The point here is don't force them to read only about your subject. That is not a good idea. Okay, so that would be the first one. The second one is ask them to watch videos related to a topic that they like. For example, if they like science fiction, well, they can watch some series related to that. Normally, if they watch these videos or they watch this series using the subtitles in the lingua franca, that is important, not in their mother tongue, not in the first language, not in the language that they feel comfortable. The important thing here is use the subtitles that go with the language they are hearing. This will help them to understand what about the grammar, what about the pronunciation, what about the structure of the spoken language. In the previous part, I was talking about the written language, and this is about the oral language. Other sources could be to join to different communities that there are in internet where they can practice the language itself. This is very useful, especially for those students who are or who enjoy to do this kind of activities. We need to recognize that not all the students have this ability to learn by themselves. So sometimes it is required to ask them to attend some other courses, but this will depend on the level of proficiency. What you need to ask them to do is to find a way that they like in order to fill this gap. But remember, it is not your responsibility to teach them the language. It is not your responsibility to teach them how to write. This is a different course that is different from what you are teaching.